Okay, we are now live. Hey players, welcome to another live stream here on my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh. Every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And in this live stream, we're going to be covering 5 attractive traits that will step up your dating success. Now, what do I mean when I say dating success? Well, this is how I break it down. What are the things that you're doing and the things that you're not doing that are attracting the people that you like, that are helping you get closer to your crush, that are holding you back, or that are putting you in the friend zone with them? These are the different traits I want to explore because there are a lot of things that get thrown around, a lot of myths I think people attach themselves to, especially when things don't go their way or they just kind of beat themselves down when in reality they don't have to. We're going to kind of debunk a few of those myths and talk about the real attractive traits that you need to start showing. But before I get into that though, I want to give shout outs to all the early birds here in the chat. Each and every single one of you that are here in the chat right now, jump on in the chat, say hi. I will give you your due shout outs. Let's see who's here. Ty is in here. Ty, thank you for joining us. Hamish is in here as well. Yancey is in here. Sai876 YOLO, Benji Leon Ginger, Azim the Dream. Azim, good to see you, man. Emma Peterson is in here. Rage Master. Yelsha is trash. Anthony is in here. Jalen C. Ninja Turtles. Trenton Tharp is in here. Stu's Gaming. Let's see, who else did I catch it? Sonic Forces Plus Racing is in here as well. Yancey, I believe I said Yancey as well. Kepler 10B is in here. Hot Rod Synchro Legend, High Ground, Red Shadow Cloak, Ryan Razon, Alan. I want to destroy generic lifts. That's a pretty specific goal and name in mind. Diavoloid. Diavoloid is in here. Nigel Williams, G-Man, Omar Miller, Red Shadow Cloak, Caleb Airvent, Not Xander, Alexis Abad, Omar Miller, I think I said, Chelsea King. Good to see all of you guys in here. I'm excited to walk through these points. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of share that and talk about it. I'm going to unpin here. Right now, if you look at the top, at the pin in the chat, I have my Josh Speaks Love and Peace t-shirt there. So if you wanted to get a Josh Speaks t-shirt, that's where it is. They'll also be featured down below under the video there. You can check those out. But I want to jump in. Anthony James is in here. Anthony, good to see you as well. So I wanted to kind of start diving into these points here. Now, let me fill you guys in on how the stream is going to work. I'm going to walk you through the different points. Along the way, I want to ask you guys questions. We'll do chat polls in here. I want you guys to be interactive. The whole point of these live streams is to be interactive. I want you guys to share your stories and your answers and your experiences. Interact with each other and interact with the things I'm talking about. But before I get into all of that, before I kind of cover this topic, I do want to say this, guys. Currently, the Josh Speaks community over on Discord has hit 500 members. That's crazy. It's a huge number to me. So I'm so excited. And because I'm so excited, I wanted to do a giveaway for you guys. So let me pull it up here. I'm going to be giving away, if you head on over to the Discord channel, go to thejoshspeaks.com/Discord, join our community. Guys, it's an awesome community. We have great people in there that are just helpful. So if you have dating questions, if you have questions about school, you just want people to talk to, or you have ideas in your mind that you want to share, if you have artwork or a YouTube channel that you're working on and you want to get people's feedback, the community is a great place to do that. Right now, if you go to the community, if you sign up there and you go to the announcements board, I pinned the post where I'm going to be giving away an autographed copy of my book, Embracing the Awkward. I'm going to sign it for you. I'm going to write out a personal message for the winner in there, and I'm going to mail on over to you. So if you want to win an autographed copy of my book, Embracing the Awkward, guys, definitely go sign up, be a part of our Discord, join the giveaway. It's awesome, guys. You guys are going to love being part of the community. I love jumping in there and being part of the conversations you guys are having as well. So I wanted to just kind of put that out there. If you're not part of the Discord, I'm going to bring it up later as well. But I do want to start moving into the points here. So like I said, if you guys have questions, feel free to jump into the chat and ask them. If you have a question that you feel is a burning question, you 100% need my answer in this given moment, you can always use the super chat functions. I look at them as burning questions. So whatever I'm talking about, if you submit a super chat, I will stop what I'm doing. I will answer your question. I will thank you for the super chat, and I will do my best to give you the best kind of advice I can here in this moment. So the super chat function is always available there. Let's move into the first point here, because that's going to kind of start the discussion up here, guys. I think that it'll be a good way to kind of get this conversation going. So when we talk about attractive traits, what do I think is one of the first attractive traits you need? Well, here's what I think. I think being patient and persistent. Now, a lot of you guys might be thinking, wait a second, patience and persistence are kind of the opposite things here. To be patient means to kind of take your time, to not rush into things, but to be persistent means to keep pushing forward, to keep doing it despite being told no, despite not being able to move at the pace that you want. So what does that mean to be patient and persistent? Well, let me kind of break that down a little bit. I apologize if it's lagging, guys. Not sure why. I'm gonna figure out how to spruce up my internet, but don't worry. But when I talk about being patient or persistent, I think that they are two sides of the same coin here, because to be patient with someone, to be patient with the person that you like, is to be understanding that you can't rush into things. You can't rush into expecting them to want to jump into a relationship with you. And you can't rush into just, wondering why they're not constantly just talking to me or responding to my messages. You have to be patient and understand that people take their own time to process the flirting, process the interaction, process the conversations. But being persistent also means not just giving up because you're not getting the results that you want. When I say this is an attractive trait that's going to help with your dating success, being able to balance patience and persistence is going to be totally how you can start to navigate dealing with being left on red, being ghosted, getting mixed signals, all these confusing things you may encounter. Patience and persistence are the two qualities that are going to go hand in hand there in understanding that person. So what do I mean by that? So let's think of an example here. Let's say that there's someone that you like and you've talked to them maybe a few times through DM, or you've chatted with them on Instagram or Snapchat or something like that, but they're not always that responsive. Sometimes they give you one-word answers. Sometimes the conversations just kind of get dry and you don't know what to talk about. Let's say that's your situation. How does patience and persistence work there? Well, the patience part is to recognize, you know what? If this person is not fully engaged in the conversation just yet, maybe I need to kind of take my time, reevaluate what I'm doing, think about how I want to approach them. Let me be patient, and rather than just constantly bombarding them with messages, let me just recognize that maybe I have to tweak something. Maybe I have to do something different to get them to respond. And the persistence is to tell yourself, they're not responding. I guess I should just give up. Move on, next person. And to tell yourself, no. I'm going to keep trying. They haven't turned me down. They haven't rejected me. They haven't said no. Just they haven't been as responsive. Let me keep trying. Let me try different things. Let me try messaging them with pictures. Let me try recording an audio clip and sending it. Let me try FaceTiming them. Try all these different techniques that are persistent, that are still trying to get what you want, because that persistence is going to show the person that you like that you actually do like them, and you're not just going to quit the moment that things get tough, right? If your crush or the person that you like sees that you're just gonna quit and you're just gonna not really be as engaged as maybe they want, then they're gonna realize that you weren't actually interested in them. Maybe you just gave up too quickly. So that's something I think that you can really, really think about, guys. The patience and persistence there. Now, I apologize if it's choppy. I don't really know why it's choppy. It kind of sucks. Let's see the stream health here. It says the stream health is good, which is probably a lie. I'm not sure why, guys. I really don't know. I apologize, but hopefully you can hear me. I think you guys can hear me finally. So listen to my message, and hopefully the choppiness will go away in a little bit. Let me see. Maybe I can close some. Maybe I have some programs open or something. Let's see what I can close out here. But I want to jump in and I want to get a chat poll going with you guys here, because I want to get your opinions. It's probably running slow because I have a few things open. Okay. Hopefully it picks up now. So patience and persistence, guys. The world Wi-Fi is all choppy. I know, right? Like, that's crazy right now. All right, let's get a chat poll going here. I want to get your guys' opinion here. Do you feel like you struggle more with being patient or persistent? And which do you feel you excel at? Which one do you feel is easier for you? To be patient, take your time, reevaluate, or do you find it easier for you to be more persistent in like constantly messaging your crush, not giving up? Are you a more patient person or more persistent? We need a balance of both, right? To kind of make that work. In order to succeed in dating, you need that balance of both, because giving up and not believing in yourself is going to kind of hurt your chances, right? Part of dating is really learning how to connect better with that other person. It's like we're talking about you here and your life experiences and everything you've gone through. And this person who has their completely own different life experiences, their own way of communicating, their own history with dating in the past. And you're trying to bring the two of you together here. And that's not something that's just going to happen overnight. It is going to require a bit of understanding each other, a bit of learning about that person, seeing what they're like, seeing what their communication style is like. So I asked you guys, do you find it easier for you to be more patient or persistent? Here's what you guys had to say. Dono says, I struggle at being patient. Yeah, Dono, I mean, that happens sometimes too, kind of looking back and reevaluating our steps and saying, you know what, let me not kind of get crazy here. Let me just think about what's going on. Let me figure out a different way to go forward. Let's see. Bots says both. Hamish says patience is a virtue for me. Cheesy says, I'm incredibly patient with my girlfriend. I'm lucky she always messages me. Awesome, Cheesy. Jalen says, hi, Josh. I don't think there's going to be a school next year because of the virus. My crush is going to be a senior next year. I don't think I will see her again. Jalen, I hear you on that. A lot of people are struggling with this idea of not being able to see their crushes again. School's kind of canceled for the rest of the year. It's a pretty tough situation. I did a video on it a while back, kind of talking about how to reconnect with your crush there, given this whole pandemic thing. So hopefully that's helpful. Trash Clan says patient. Benji Leon Ginger says, I'm the master of patience. Luke says, everything was perfect until the virus came along and the Fire Nation. I was finally confident and then this lockdown came along. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this lockdown kind of threw everyone for a loop. I don't think anyone anticipated the degree to which our lives would be changed. Viper says patient. Hot Red says, I struggle with patience. Caleb says, I struggle a lot more with patience. I can be a little too persistent, actually, to the point where my patience suffers. I saw, where'd it go? Oh, jumped too quick. I want to see what Azim said there. Azim said, darn it, did I lose it? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Azim says patient and persistent, sort of. Carlos says, I have really bad patience. Giselle Vega, hey, Giselle, good to see you, says both. Alan says none. I'm reading here a little bit of both. Patience, this one is hard to answer, probably patience. Ty Reed says, I feel like I'm a lot more persistent. I feel like I can keep working on something until it works. Yeah, being persistent, easier patience. So it sounds like there's a balance here, guys. Some of you feel like you struggle with that level of patience, of reevaluating your steps, taking a step back, and kind of not rushing into things, or, you know, like a lot of times we feel drawn to rush into things to make them work. We think that if I just keep trying more and more, it's going to work better. But that's not how things always work. And then some people feel like they struggle with the persistence. Maybe, my crush didn't respond, I gave up. You just give up. So knowing how to balance that, knowing how to balance patience and persistence is going to help you achieve more dating success. I believe those traits, I combine them into one because I feel like they're two sides of a coin. They're a yin and a yang. That trait of patience and persistence, I think, is going to be incredibly helpful for you if you can start to navigate how you communicate with other people, how you communicate with your crush specifically, in balancing that. I want to jump into the second point here, but I want to see what some of you guys are saying here. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to answer a few more questions before we move on here. Ravage says, I'm more of a patient person. Considering my past relationship, it was struggling to be patient, but I knew why I had to stay patient. Yeah, I hear you on that. It's like sometimes being patient is difficult. It's not easy to do, but it's important to recognize that it's a quality we want to aspire to practice more, right? Guys, keep this in mind. The things I share here, or just anything that you want to do, doesn't mean that you're bad or you're wrong or you suck because you can't do it yet. I think the first step is always recognizing, hey, you know what? That's something I want to do. That's something I want to aspire to do. It's something I want to do more of. That first step of recognition is going to take you a long way, because there's a lot of people that it's not even on their radar to think about growth, right? They just are living their lives doing the same thing over and over. So having it on your radar that you want to grow is the first step. The second step is taking small steps, looking for little opportunities to practice it. The third step really is kind of just day to day, really just putting it into practice and then mastery. And I think that when you get to the point where you feel like, I'm good at this, I mastered it, you can teach others. You can share those experiences. You can pass them on. Okay. Let's answer one or two more questions here. Anthony James says, Josh, I casted people for my first movie. We start filming May 10th, a few days after quarantine ends. Awesome, man. Hey, look, just be safe as you can. Because who knows, even in May, who knows where things will stand. But be safe out there, man. I'm excited. Sonic says, I'm taking a break from finding a girlfriend because of quarantine. Yeah, I think a lot of people are putting dating on hold. I think it's incredibly important to learn these skills and to learn these different things so that when you do get back into that state, that stage and state of mind, you feel prepared and you feel ready for it. Rage Master says, I keep seeing couples on Facebook and other social media. Makes me desperate comparing myself to other people. And I feel like I'm going to be left behind and missing out. Rage, I hear you on that. It's hard sometimes seeing lovey-dovey happy couples online because you start to feel like, why can't I have that? Why can't I be in that person's position? What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? You start to beat yourself up and doubt yourself. You feel like you're not good enough compared to someone else. But you have to recognize this. It's that we're all on our own different journeys, right? Some people get into relationships early on. Some people take longer to get into relationships. Some people get into bad relationships. Some people don't really find their partner that their true partner that really wants to help them grow until much later on in life. So we're all in these different stages of learning. And if I could say anything, I would just say, don't beat yourself up too much here because, no one has to figure it out. We're all learning as we grow. And as long as you're open to learning, as long as you're open to trying new things, to experimenting and to changing things up to see what works, I think that's the right path to be taking. So I want to jump into here the second point here, guys, I want to make. We're talking about traits that will drastically improve your dating success, that these are just super attractive traits that people are looking for. This one is to turn on the charm and flirt with them. But before I get into that point, I want to address Hamish's point. Where is it? There we go. Hamish, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Hamish said, I wish I got a girlfriend at 17 or 20. Hamish, I hear where you're coming from on that. I think for a lot of people, they feel like, I haven't had a girlfriend yet. I'm this age, or, I'm behind all my friends. They started dating earlier. Like I said, Hamish, I think that we're all in a different stage of our lives. We all have different experiences. We also have different access to it, right? Like, I know for you, Hamish, you live in a more rural area, so it's not as easy to meet people, right? Some people may live in like bustling cities and maybe there's people everywhere, so it's a lot easier. And I'm not saying that to excuse the fact that it's hard at all, and that's not the point. I think it's more so to say that I recognize that it's a struggle. I recognize that it's hard. And I think ultimately the way forward and the way to succeed despite all of that is to open up your horizon to how you communicate with people, how you meet people, how you talk to them. Be open to meeting people online, I think, if you can't always see them in person as often. So thank you again, Hamish, for the £2 super chat. I truly, truly appreciate it. Any new subscribers that come in, I think this pulls subscribers during the live stream. I'm not sure how it pulls it. Or anyone who donates a super chat, like we got a bunch of people that donated last week's super chat. Hamish will be at the top of the list right there. Thank you again. And guys, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. Let's get these thumbs up. Let's get these likes on this video up. All right, back to the second point here. Point number 2 here. And attractive traits to increase and improve your dating success. Turn on the charm and flirt with them. Guys, when I talk about turning on the charm, I think a lot of people don't realize that charm is letting your best self come forward, letting your best self shine whenever you talk to your crush, letting them see that what you bring to the table is your honest self. Your personality, the characteristics you have, all that is you. And being able to charm that person is to let that bright side of your personality kind of come forward. Now, what does that look like? And what does it mean then to flirt with them? Bots, yeah, I would totally subscribe. I think that if you enjoy this, you enjoy what I'm talking about in the stream, I think you'll enjoy my videos as well. So when we talk about charm and we talk about flirting, let's break down what that might look like. So to be charming, to be a charming person is to be somewhat likable, right? Now, a lot of people think you need to be a bad boy. You need to kind of neg the person. You need to kind of do that. I see charming as this. This is my idea of charming. To me, charming is when a person thinks about you, when a person talks to you, when a person's around you, they say, wow, that's a person I want to be near. They have good energy, they have a good vibe, they are in a good mood, like they bring something positive to my atmosphere. To me, that is charming. So if you could be the kind of person that people want to be around, they want to spend time with you, they enjoy your energy, that positive energy that you radiate, then you're going to be a charming person. Now, the flirting piece is another component of that. So what does it mean to flirt, right? We've talked about flirting in the past, but I'll kind of break down a few techniques of flirting. To me, flirting is being playful with the person that you're talking to, right? Now, a lot of times people, feel like, let me make fun of them. Let me say something mean because then if I'm too nice, then I'm going to get walked all over. But you can flirt and you don't have to be mean, right? Flirting could be taking something that the person says and making a joke about it, right? Let's say they tell you, oh my God, I love watching SpongeBob. Like you might want to start calling him SpongeBob as a nickname. Okay, SpongeBob. Listen, I'll see you later in Bikini Bottom. Like you were making a joke out of something that they talked about, and it's a fun joke. And here's the key: if you can say things like that, if you can do those little kind of fun teasers towards them, and they do it back towards you, then you're in a good spot because that means that they acknowledge that you're joking with them, and they're joking back. So it becomes a dance there in how you communicate. And I think that a lot of people aspire to be a bad boy, right? Because what are the qualities of a bad boy that people really like? It isn't so much the fact that they are bad people. Bad boys are bad boys. It's their qualities that those bad boys have that people like. I'm going to break down what those qualities are. But Azim, thank you so much. Oh, I don't know how this pops up. I think OBS is running slower than the chat. It should pop up in a second there. Whoa, we got a bunch of super chats there, guys. Let me stop and answer them. Hopefully it's going to pop up there, and I don't know what's taking so long. But Azim, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Azim said, hey, Josh, some people go to college and some people have YouTube full-time. You've done both. I'd like to follow your footsteps. How do you juggle both? Well, first and foremost, I don't do YouTube full-time. YouTube is still a part-time job for me. Oh, there it is. There, it's popping up. Azim, Jaden, and Ty, thank you guys for the super chats. I'm gonna address each and every single one of those questions there, one by one. It's pulling Ty's first. Oh, because Ty's is the most recent. Okay. I'll leave it up here as Azim for now as I go through them. So, like I said, I don't do YouTube full-time, but I do balance a full-time job, which you could say is like college, and YouTube could also be the equivalent of my day job and YouTube. The way that I balance it, and something I've been trying to get better at, is really scheduling my day. I've tried to really take out a lot of time that I'm just, I think, not being productive, right? It's important to have downtime to play games and watch TV and stuff like that, but I try to take a lot of time that I could be more productive. So for example, I wake up at 7 a.m, and from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., I start my day job stuff at 9 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm working on Josh Speak stuff. That's when I record my videos. That's when I set up the emails. That's when I kind of do any kind of timestamps on videos or add captions and all that kind of busy work there. That's when I plan out the videos that I'm going to do for the next month or so. Like, that's when I kind of use my time there. And then sometimes during the day, little pieces here, and then afterwards, I kind of will wrap up and piece it together. Now, not saying it's that everyone can have that exact schedule. Everyone's different, definitely. But for me, that's been the schedule that's worked the best. And what I'm really trying to focus on doing is optimizing my time. So that might mean outsourcing certain things. So I hired a video editor to help me edit the videos. I may eventually hire someone to help me do captions and timestamps and all that stuff. I may hire people to help me do other things. I think the way to juggle it is you have to really buckle down and set a schedule for yourself, and then stick to that schedule. So Azim, I know, for those of you guys who don't know, Azim has a YouTube channel as well. He does movie reviews. He does game reviews. He talks a lot about Jurassic Park and The Dark Knight and, different things that he's really into. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. But that's how I kind of juggle it, Azim. Did we get another super chat. I'm going to try to get to all of these super chats, guys. Jaden says, thank you again, Azim. I really appreciate it. And Azim, we got to set up our Patreon call, man. So shoot me a message. Let's set it up before the end of the month. Jaden says, help me for advice since the beginning. Thanks. Jaden, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I truly, truly appreciate that. It means a lot to me. So thank you for being a part of the community, and hope I can keep inspiring some way. Ty, also thank you for the $2 super chat. Ty says, hung out with my best friend and crushed Laura today. Awesome, Ty. I know that was something you were struggling with, trying to make time, and for her to try to make time for the two of you guys to hang out. So I'm happy that you guys found time together. Like I said, make sure you practice social distancing and be safe, because like I said, you have to just follow the guidelines and the rules and stay safe and all. But I'm happy, Ty. I'm happy that you got closer to her and you guys can keep that conversation going. Okay. Let's try to keep moving forward here. Someone paid $2,500. I hope no one donates a $2,500 super chat. I don't think that if you have $2,500, please donate that to a charity. Donate that to an organization. Use that for your college fund. Wrong button. Use that for your college fund. Use that to help your parents with a mortgage. Like, there's a lot of better ways to use that. But thank you guys for the super chats here and there. I truly appreciate it, and hopefully I can keep bringing you guys value. Okay, let's keep moving forward here. Okay, what was I on? I was on that point. I was on my second point. Oh, I keep tapping. That's from the old stream. So we talked about charming and flirting. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of go back, and I wanted to do a super chat. I wanted to do a poll for you guys there. Now, be honest with me here. I want to hear every single person watching the stream. I want to get your thoughts in the comments right now, in the chat right now. Do you struggle with being charming and with flirting when it comes to talking to your crush? Now, breaking down charming again, like I said, being charming is being a likable person that your crush wants to be around. Is that something you feel that you struggle with? By the way, every time you hear that fire noise, that's the super chat coming in. I think the stream is just going really, really slow, so it's not really picking up well. But anyway, do you struggle with being charming or flirting around your crush? Do you feel like you get too nervous to be your open self around them? Maybe you play a little too safe. Oh, I was going to talk about bad boys. Let me kind of talk about bad boys there. I apologize, guys, if it's laggy. I have no clue why it's so laggy. So weird. It's so weird why it's so laggy. Maybe I can drop the quality, like drop it to like 720p or something. What do I have the video here? 2500K. I gotta look more into like the streaming settings because I'm not really sure. I don't want to mess around with things and mess stuff up, but I apologize if it's lagging, guys. I hope though that it's helpful, the information I'm sharing, and hopefully YouTube will stop being so laggy. But yeah, like I said, do you guys struggle with that? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's go back into the chat here. Everything's going slow on my computer. Why is it going so slow? Emma says, I'm getting tired by it. All right, Emma, thank you for jumping in the live stream. Always a pleasure to have you in here. Let's see. Ty says, yes, about flirting. Yeah, so some of you guys struggle with flirting. Cheesy says, no, I've had a lot of practice with flirting. Asked, do you guys struggle with it? Hugfall says yes. Miss Richie Lauren says yes. Andre says yes. Jalen says, oh, nah. Giselle says yes. And Giselle used that yes emoji right there. Trenton says, I struggle with flirting. Ravage says nope. Hot Red says a little. Ryan says no and yes. Nija says yes. Ty says, I struggle with flirting because my crush wants to be just friends for now. Yeah, I hear you on that, Ty. That's always a tricky one when your crush doesn't want to take that step to a relationship. It's not always easy to balance. But like I said, guys, learning how to be charming, learning how to be more charming and learning how to flirt is going to be a step in building more attractiveness around your crush. So to be more charming, to be a more charming person, I think a big part of that is asking people questions, taking time out to learn about them, right? I would probably say I think I'm a charming person because I try to make time for people when I talk to them. I try to really hear them and listen to them. And I think because of that, people feel like, hey, Josh is a good guy. He's caring. He's open. He listens. So I think that that's helped me get closer to people, and it's helped people feel more comfortable opening up to me. And I think the flirtiness is in just carefully and playfully joking with people, talking to them, not being too serious when I talked about them, being open to, just making up nicknames or making jokes based on things they said. I think if you can learn to balance that, that's definitely going to help you a lot. It's going to help you really, really kind of start to really weigh in and figure out how to get closer to your crush. Okay, so let's jump in now to the third point here, guys. I apologize that it's lagging so much. I got to figure out why that is, but let's see. Cheesy says, there are too many packets being sent to YouTube, so every current live stream will be experiencing the same problem. Yeah, maybe it's a technical thing, because I know it's like lagged a little bit in the past, but it seems like it's super laggy today. Hopefully you guys can hear my voice, and that's what matters, I think. Hamish said, who gave this video a dislike? Maybe the person who gave it a dislike doesn't like the advice I'm sharing, or they have a differing opinion. That's totally fine. Caleb says, yeah, I have issues with the nerves and I play it way too safe. I find it hard to be my actual self when all I worry about is trying to appear to be this perfect person. Caleb, I hear you on that. And look, let me tell you, trying to be a perfect person, trying to always be likable and always be right and always be someone that people want to be around, it's a hard thing to do. You have to accept that some people are just not going to like you. Just like Hamish pointed out, the person who disliked the stream just doesn't like what I'm talking about. They don't like what I'm saying. They don't like how I'm saying it. There could be a million reasons why. And that's okay. It's okay for people to not want to be around you too. It's okay for people to not like you. You have to kind of learn to be okay with the fact that you're not going to fit everyone. People have different interests in what they're looking for. So you have to be okay with that change. Okay, let's get to point number 3 here. This is something I've said so many times. You guys have heard me say it a million times, but when we're talking about attractive traits that are going to increase your dating success, learning how to put your confidence on display, I feel is such an important one. So what does it mean to put your confidence on display? What does it mean to truly be confident? Well, this is something I really want to dive into. So when I talk about putting your confidence on display, guys, what I mean is this. When I think of confidence, I think of you looking at yourself, looking at your own life and your own experiences and being okay with who you are. Because people can pretend to be confident, people can pretend like they have it all together, but that's not always real, right? Sometimes we struggle. Sometimes we're scared. Sometimes we're nervous. Sometimes we feel awkward. Sometimes we stumble over our words. Sometimes we get angry. But sometimes we also feel like we can carry a conversation. And sometimes we feel like we look good. Sometimes we feel like we just get this burst of energy and confidence to want to talk to someone. Sometimes we're proud of ourselves for what we do. Our human experiences is a range of different feelings and emotions. And for me, the way I see it, to put your confidence on display is to first accept yourself for who you are. To recognize that you're trying your best and, that's what you bring to the table. Jaden, thank you so much for the super chat there, Jaden. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, so far for the super chats. This is crazy. I don't think we've ever gotten as many super chats, guys. I appreciate them. I'm going to make this little window smaller so you can see more of my face. It's like super close up. Thank you, Jaden. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, man. But yeah, guys, really the people who are the most confident in this world are the people who feel like they are on that mission of learning who they are, right? Like, I know people who are confident. I feel like I'm pretty confident in myself because I recognize my strengths and I recognize my weaknesses. And it isn't about just only highlighting your strengths. It's about recognizing your weaknesses too and seeing where you can make changes and where you can work towards being your best self. Now, how does that translate to dating? How does it translate to dating success? Well, if you truly believe in yourself and you know that you are someone that matters, that you have worth, that you're someone worthy of love and worthy of care and worthy of kindness from others, if you can believe that when you talk to your crush and you start interacting with them, that's what you bring to the table. You bring to the table a personality that knows their worth. And this is something a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people feel like they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, they're not cool enough. On the thumbnail, I pointed out looks and money and fame and popularity and all these things because I feel like people get so hung up on that. People think you need to look a certain way. You need to have a certain amount of money. You need to be popular or famous in order to get people to care about you. But it's simply not true. People will like you for who you are. You don't need to do anything to be lovable. You're lovable exactly as you are right now. And once you can start to realize that and really believe it, once you could start to say, wow, my friends really care about me. My parents care about me. The people I interact with care about me. Then when you talk to your crush, you're not going to be worried about them not liking you. You're not going to be worried about them not accepting you. You're not going to be worried about messing up in front of them because you're going to recognize, hey, I'm human. I make mistakes just like anyone else, and that's okay. Now, I want to ask you guys this. We'll jump into another chat poll here because I definitely want to know what you guys think. When we talk about feeling confident in yourself, do you feel like that's something that you have? Do you feel confident in yourself? I want to get yeses. I want to get no's here in the chat, guys. Type in the chat right now, yes or no. Do you feel confident in who you are? I'm hoping most of you say yes. I know some of you will say no. And for those that say no, explain why. Explain why you may struggle with believing in yourself. Because ultimately, when we're talking about dating success, it really comes down to that. It comes down to believing in yourself, knowing your worth and knowing what you bring to the table. I want to see what some of you guys are saying in here. Miss Richie Lauren says, I'm so mad at my crush, which we barely ever talk to each other, and we are now going to different high schools, and our school is closed for the rest of the year. Do I move forward and talk online? That's a really good question, Miss Richie Lauren. If you guys are going to different schools because school's closed for the rest of the year, which a lot of people are experiencing that hardship, the best thing might be to focus on new people. Now, look, that doesn't mean don't talk to them and forget about them. You may still want to talk to them online and interact with them because, look, it's very possible that as you get older, you guys may reconnect in the future. But for now, I think that where your mindset should probably be on what else lies ahead, because staying focused on a crush that you probably won't see next year is only going to make it harder for you, I think, moving forward. So I asked you guys, do you feel confident in who you are? And here's what you guys had to say. Ben Leon Ginger says yes. Alan says yes. Alan also said, need coffee, need sleep. Alan, if you're over there in the UK or somewhere over across the seas, thank you for staying up late. I know it's probably late where you are. Ravage says, well, in society, stereotypes make it seem otherwise. Once you deny these stereotypes, you're in your own world. Yeah, Ravage, you really bring up a good point. I'm going to dive more into these stereotypes in a second here. Hot Red says absolutely. Yancey says yes. Jaden says yes. Let's see. Truth says no. Capital no. And then no with a lot of exclamation points. I'm curious, Truth, why? Jalen says, I'm very confident in myself. Miss Richie says yes and no. Guys, look, it's okay too to also feel yes and no for this. You don't have to have a definite answer. Sometimes you may feel confident, sometimes you may not. That's okay too. I think the key ultimately, and what I'm always trying to talk about, is recognizing that there's things that we aspire to and being on the path forward to achieve these things, right? To always be in this kind of growth mindset where it's like, you know what? I love myself and I'm happy with where I am. And I want to learn and I want to see and experience the world and I want to interact with each other and I want to have better, stronger relationships with others. That's kind of the key to it. Let's see. AX says yes. Hamish says yes. Hugfall says often. Trenton says, I'm getting more confident. That's awesome, Trenton. I'm happy for you, man. Ty says, I feel fairly confident about myself, but I recently have been feeling kind of annoying and lonely. I hear you on that. Davidio Studio says, back then, no, but now I'm fine with who I am. I just need to keep working at it. I hear you on that. Stuart says, I feel confident in who I am, and I've gotten past the point of caring if people don't like me. Awesome, Stuart. Proud of you, man. Keep up the good work, dude. Mike says, sometimes. That one guy in the bottom of the comment section, all the way at the bottom there, says, yo, what up? Josh, what up? How's it going, man? Let's see. Hamish says yes. Giselle says no. Azim says, I do feel confident. It's just a journey. Exactly. It's just a journey, guys. I do need to learn how to flirt over text. The phone game is where it gets a little tricky for me. Hey, dude, you're not alone in that. texting game, upping your texting game there's definitely an art to it. I'm going to take a quick second water break here. Nothing like water. Oh wow, it's really late over there, Andre. Okay. Now, before I move into the fourth point here, I do want to say this, guys. As I mentioned in the very beginning of the stream, we've hit 500 members on our Josh Speaks community over on Discord. That's a lot of people. It's really cool. Now, someone had mentioned before, I don't really like big Discords and stuff. Now, yes, there are 500 members. There's maybe around, I want to say 30 to 40 people that are active from what I see. Maybe a little more, a little less, but I think that it's still a good enough community where you can interact with people and you can be part of exchanges in there. Now, why join the Discord, right? There's a few reasons here, and they're listed over here on the side. It's a great place to make friends, to talk to people, to share what's on your mind. We have channels that are focused on gaming, channels focused on dating, focused on school, on exercise, on a bunch of things there. People share their artwork on their YouTube channels. I'm seeing a lot of Josh Sip emojis. Everyone who could post a Josh Sip emoji, let's get a Josh Sip emoji going. But I do want to say this, guys. Because we've hit 500 members, I am doing a giveaway of my book, Embracing the Awkward. Now, I'm going to autograph a copy for you. This is my book. I wrote it 2 years ago or something like that. I want to autograph a copy and I want to send it to you. So I'm doing a raffle over in the Discord. So if you go over to the Discord, you join, you become a member, head to the announcements board because I made an announcement about it. There's a pinned giveaway comment there. If you click the little, the party hat sign on that giveaway, it'll enter you and then it'll randomly pick a winner. So one of you guys can win an autographed copy of my book, Embracing the Awkward. In fact, I'll show you this one here. This is Embracing the Awkward. For those of you that don't win, you can always pick it up over on Amazon. I'm trying to figure out the best way to show it. Okay. You can always pick it up. It's available on Amazon as well. If you want to learn more about it, say, Josh wrote a book. What's it about? You can check it out. But yeah, so check that out, guys. Join the Discord. Be a part of the community there. I would love to have you in there. It's an awesome place to be, an awesome place to make friends. It's just a good place to learn how to be your best self. I'm seeing a lot of Josh drinking emojis from Donna and Hamish and Ty in there. Giselle's in there too. So guys, for the people that are sharing those water emojis, guys, the reason why they could share them is over here. Sorry for all the promotions right now. There's a lot of promotional stuff. If you become a YouTube channel member, you'll get access to the emojis that are featured right here. These emojis you can use in the live stream like they're using there. You can use these emoji right here. All you got to do is hit the little join button down below on this live stream, and it will take you... Yeah, I should try lower than quality. I got to look and see. I'm going to play around with it, Sadie. I'm going to play around with it a bit after, because I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue why it's lagging so much. So I apologize for that. But I got to see. I'm not sure if I lower the quality. Do I do it in OBS or do I do it in YouTube? My bit rate on OBS is 2,500 kilobytes per second. That's for the video bit rate. I don't know if I should lower that. I got to look more into stuff and things about streaming. And then... just my computer, I think, is going slow. I think it's my computer because everything's kind of moving slow when I click on it. I don't have anything else open. Really not sure. I apologize for the lagging, guys, though. Hopefully it'll pick itself back up in a little bit. But let's move on to the fourth point here, guys. Oh, Jalen made a good point. I didn't even point this out, guys. Also... tomorrow we are going to be doing our community video chat, our community hangout. So if you want to be part of that, it's going to be a small group of people that are all featured on video cameras. We're going to jump on a Zoom call together. If you join and become either a patron or a YouTube channel member at the community level, that's the $5 level. The $5 level every month. If you join, you can be a part of that Zoom live stream call. It'll be a lot of fun, guys. A bunch of our community members are going to be there. So I'd love to have you in there. So like I said, join, become a member, and you can learn more about that, be part of that call tomorrow. Okay, let's get on to the next point here, guys. Cheesy says, if I show Josh I'm a good human, then he will trust me to be a good staff member here. Yeah, like I said, I got to reevaluate the staff on here, the live stream staff, and see who I have, because I know I have some people that don't even go on anymore, and there are definitely people that I definitely want to add, because I know a lot of you guys are helpful, and I'd really appreciate it. So let's jump on to the fourth point here, guys. Fourth point. We started talking about attractive traits that will up your game, that'll make it easier for you to improve your dating success. And this is something I wanted to dive into because people talk about looks a lot. So let's talk about looks. Let's be real. Let's have a conversation about looks. I think what's most important when it comes to looks is focusing on being more put together. Now, in the background there, you might see this guy with a button-down shirt and stuff. I use that more as just an example, but what does it mean to be put together, right? We focus a lot on you have to look really good. Your face has to be 100% symmetrical. You need to be buff. You need to this, you need to that. We focus so much on these little aspects. But when I say put together, I think people a lot of times overlook some of the more basic steps. And some of the more basic steps might be something like this. I always look tired. I don't know. Like these bags I can never get rid of. I've tried putting like eye cream and stuff. I just can't get rid of them. I don't know why. I go to sleep on time. I eat healthy. I drink enough water. I don't know. I got to try something. But anyway, when I talk about being put together, what I ultimately mean is focusing on how you come together. So is your clothing kind of like very baggy and loose and wrinkled? Do you maybe not shower enough or put on deodorant? Like these are the small things that a lot of people tend to overlook. Do you kind of look more put off? Do you wear a hoodie with your hands inside your hoodie and your hood pulled up so you look a little like you're distancing yourself from someone? Like these tiny little things can be off-putting to someone. People think you need to be super ripped. You need to have a chiseled jaw and stuff. Yeah, look, there's certain physical traits and certain attributes that people just on a bigger average scale maybe are more attracted to. But that doesn't mean that if you don't have them, then you're not going to succeed. So Truth 187 says being physically fit always wins. And look, let's be real here. The more comfortable you are with your body, the more you can look and say, I'm proud of the way I look, the easier time you're going to have, right? People say being more physically fit always wins. And let's think about what that means. To be physically fit means to care about yourself in a way where you say, you know what? Let me try exercising more. Let me try going to sleep on time. Let me try practicing good hygiene. Let me try doing things that show that I want to improve myself on a physical standpoint, right? Eating healthier. There's lots of little things that we can do to be more physically fit in our own way. It doesn't mean that, if you have a bit of a stomach or you don't have muscles on your arms that you should give up. Just really focus on the small things you can do where you can take ownership. In the last point we were talking about being confident in who you are. And this is an extension of that, right? Being put together means you care about your presentation and what you bring to the table, right? And I think that's something I think we really need to kind of focus on. Ty says, I kind of get a poor reputation for looks. Hamish says, no deodorant equals caveman. Yeah, like these are small things that people don't really pay attention to. They forget or they don't do. So I think that being put together means trying to be more aware of these tiny little steps, right? Like I use the baggy clothing as an example because I look back at pictures of myself when I was like 16 and stuff like that. And I wore these gigantic Spider-Man t-shirts and they were just like huge and big on me. And, they weren't form-fitting. Now I try to wear t-shirts that I feel are a little bit more form-fitting. So it's like, see how like there isn't a lot of pull on it. It's just kind of more fit. So it kind of shows off your shoulders more, shows off your body more, shows off your physique. Those are little things you can do to be more in line with just, like being put together. So those are small steps that I want you guys to focus on. I'm curious though. I definitely want to know what questions you guys have when it comes to looks and attractiveness. I want to know where you stand on that. So I want to do a chat poll here. I want to ask you guys this. Do you feel like how you present yourself, whether it's to your crush, in school, to your friends, do you feel like you are put together? Like you focus on that? That's something you prioritize? Or do you feel like it's something you don't really think about too much? You don't really care about too much? Do you feel like your ensemble, how you present yourself in front of your crush is put together? Yes or no? Curious to hear what you guys have to say. Cheesy says, I wear a Green Bay Packers shirt almost everywhere, so it always starts a conversation and creates a good atmosphere. Yeah, that's awesome, Cheesy. Yeah, like having a standout piece like that where it's like people can look and go, oh my God, that's Green Bay Packers. I love, this and that. Like those could be small little things. Like I said, that's being put together. You're thinking about like, this is a conversation piece. And that's an awesome way to approach it. Caleb says, nobody can control what they look like, but it absolutely helps to present yourself in a confident, put together way. Absolutely, Caleb. That's what it comes down to. It's like, yeah, you can maybe shave or you can cut your hair. You can do these little things, but how you look is how you look. It's who you are. And you have to be proud of who you are because you're the only you that exists, Let's see what some more of you guys are saying in here. Chili Fart, thank you for the name, says, I like you, Josh. Hey, I like you too, Chili Fart. Let's see. Truth says, I feel like dating is a competition and other guys who want the same girl you do always try to steal her from you. Look, there is a level of competition in dating, right? Because it's like, if you, let's say, like someone in your class, chances are someone else likes them too. So now 2 or 3 people might like that crush. And it's whoever steps up, whoever talks to that person, whoever interacts with them, whoever makes them feel comfortable, they're probably going to end up dating them. So there's that competition there. But the bigger competition when it comes to dating is yourself. It's not psyching yourself out. And most people psych themselves out. Most people feel like, oh, that guy's talking to her more. Or, oh, look, they're hitting it off and I'm not. And they just give up. So it's getting past your own mental hurdles that's holding you back. That's the real competition. Cheesy says, yes, definitely. I'm completely fine with myself and confident in my being and my achievements. Awesome, Cheesy. Truth says, oh no, not at all. Let's see. Sadie, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong because I said 2 different ways of saying it. So one of them might be right, one of them might be wrong. Says yes. Yelsha says, oh, for sure, yes. Hot Rod says, yeah. Azim says, I feel it's trickier for average people to get super hot girls. You gotta understand this. It's that a lot of times people, especially when they're younger, so like Azim, I know you're in college. So a lot of times younger people, like college level people, are still very into presentation. And I don't mean presentation as in like, oh, you're a jock, you're this. I mean presentation as in like, if the people around me are thinking and acting a certain way, then I'm more likely to fall in line with what they're doing, right? So if the super hot girls that go to your school are more focused on finding quality guys that are good, who have passions and hobbies, who are talented, who are interesting, who are kind, who are compassionate. If their crew is into that, then they're more likely going to fall into that. So, Azim, what I would say is aim for the super hot girls that are looking beyond just shallow qualities. And they exist. They 100% exist, but aim for those girls. Let's see. I'm saying yes. Dark Tar says, I'm trying to be proud of who I am. Awesome, Dark. I think that's a great step forward. Lag is the worst. I apologize, guys, for the lag. I have no clue why it's lagging so bad today. And I apologize that, it's not the quality and level of streaming that you guys are hoping for there with the lag there, but I apologize on that. I want to move into the 5th point here because I realize we're almost at 6 o'clock. When we're talking about attractive traits that are going to improve and grow your dating success, this one I think is the wraparound here, and it's let your creative side really shine. So many people focus on what do other people like? What are other people doing? That guy's doing this. That guy's working out. That guy plays a guitar. Focus on what makes you creative, what makes you, the things that you like, because that's ultimately where you're going to find a partner that likes you for you, right? It's like, you don't want to be with a person that has totally different interests than you, sees the world completely different than you, just cares about different things than you. You want to find someone that's in somewhat of alignment. And by accessing and promoting and sharing your creative side, you're more likely to find people that reflect that. And it's important for you also to vet people, to try to see, hey, yeah, this girl's attractive. Hey, this guy's cute, but do I get along with them? Do we really connect? Are they someone I can actually talk to, or do I just like them because they're hot? And if you only like them because they're hot, I don't know if that's the best partner you should be pursuing. Emma says, how much is being a YouTube member? Emma, that's a good question. There's 3 levels to it right now. So on Patreon and YouTube channel members, there's the $1 level. That's the supporter level. For supporters, basically, I feature your name in the end credits of my videos. It's kind of at the thank you. Then there's the community level. That's the $1 supporter, $5 community. That means that you get to jump on our like smaller video chats that we do once a month. Also, I feature you in the credits and things like that. Then there's the champion level. Champion is $10 a month. Hamish is a champion. Who else did I see in here? Ty is a champion. Stuart is a champion. There's a few people in here that are champion level, and that means we have a one-on-one video chat every single month. But thinking about your creativity, your creative talents, guys, I want to jump into the chat poll here because I want to know. It's not a yes or no question, but it's a chat poll. What are some of your creative talents? What do you feel makes you unique? And, things that you enjoy doing that you feel like, yeah, I'd feel super comfortable and super happy to talk about this because I really like doing this. What are some of your unique talents? For me, I would just say one of my unique talents is that I make YouTube videos. Ty, it's 1, 5, and 10. I don't have a $15 level. Maybe in the future I'll come up with something, but for now I wanted to make it reasonable so that people can afford it every month. Yeah, so like I said, so what are some of your, hit the mic, some of your creative talents? For me, I would say I make YouTube videos. I like to meditate a lot. I like to write books and things like that, create. So those are some of the creative things I do. I'd love to know some of the creative things that you guys do as well. Jalen says, hi, my crush's boyfriend posted something on a story and it hurts. Yeah, Jalen, this is what I talked about in the past. I know that you like someone that currently has a boyfriend, and the best thing might be to kind of mute or block the boyfriend because you're going to see a lot of their posts and it's going to make you feel bad because you like that girl and you can't be with her. Sade says, audio is clear, but the video is lagging like 5 frames per second. Why is the video so bad? I apologize, guys. I don't know why it's so bad today. All right, here's what you guys said on creative talents. Hamish says, got a Fender Champion 110 with the Telecaster, but I really want to get the American Ultra. Nice, dude. Yeah, I know you play guitar and stuff and you're learning new song stuff, which is cool, man. Stuart says, at the moment, I'm learning romantic songs I could sing on guitar to serenade girls I like. Nice, Stuart. Nice move. Let's see. Cheesy says, I got an overdrive built into my amp, but I need a blues driver once I bought my bass and got my microphone for gigging. Nice, dude. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are musically talented. Wait, Ty, the YouTube is 15? The YouTube should be set to 10. It shouldn't be 15. I'll check it after. Stuart says guitar singing, horse riding, climbing, self-defense. Nice. Emma says my dancing ability and making music. Awesome. Hot Red says gaming. Sade says I could play guitar. Doctor says I'd say playing video games, especially Pokemon. And recently I've started to get into writing would be my creative talents. Nice. Dave Video says, I'm really passionate about animating, whether it be for an app I use for work or for my own time. Cool, man. Animation is sick, man. I'm happy that's so cool that you do that. Truth says, I only know how to do math. I want to get into breakdancing, skydiving, and riding a motorcycle. Those are all really cool things, man. I got to say. Anthony James says, I'm a filmmaker and my friends love my scripts and I always wanted to be a part of my future films. Can't wait to film my first one once everything is over. Cool, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see your film either. Cheyenne Hall says, I can speak 6 languages. That's a whole lot of languages right there. That's really cool. Hamish says, I'm a farmer, music creator, sort of. Cool. Ryan Razon, I don't have any talents. I'm not good at anything. Ryan, I don't believe that for a second. I think there are things you enjoy doing, but you don't give yourself enough props, man. You probably do a lot of cool things. You bring a lot to the table. Azim says, YouTube and MMA. Awesome, Azim. I didn't know you do MMA. That's really cool, man. Okay. Now, I want to review these 5 points here, guys, to kind of go over them again, just to kind of walk you through again. This whole live stream has been about attractive traits to improve, to grow your dating success. So let's walk through them again here. Be patient and persistent. Now, when I talk about patience and persistence, the patience piece is learning to reflect on how you interact with your crush, learning to think about, hey, you know what? If they're not responding to me, let me not get all so worked up and let me not get nervous and let me not get anxious. Let me think about it. Take a step back and think about it. The persistent part is to keep messaging them, finding new ways to interact with them if things aren't going exactly how you planned. It's okay to be persistent there and to find different ways to handle the situation. That's going to improve your chances because you're not giving up. Number 2 is to turn on the charm and flirt with them. Now, to do this, guys, you need to just think to yourself, hey, what can I do to be a more likable person, to be the kind of person people want to talk to and interact with, and just enjoy the positive energy around. So focus on being charming. And when it comes to flirting with them, don't be afraid to joke around and tease and to give them a nickname. And if they do it back, that's awesome. That means that they're flirting back. Having that type of chemistry with the person is going to improve your chances of dating them because they're going to feel like they can open up and joke around with you. And that's the exact place you want to be in. Number 3, put your confidence on display. When we're talking about being confident, when we're talking about believing in yourself, guys, it really just comes down to recognizing that you bring something unique to the table, your honest self, all the things that you are, your life experiences, like everything that you've ever done is who you are. And if you could just start believing in yourself and recognizing that you are someone worth caring about and worthy of love, then I think when it comes to interacting with your crush will see that. They'll see that you believe in yourself, that you're confident because you know who you are. Now, it's not to say you are there yet, right? We're all in that journey of learning who we are. But if you could start putting your confidence on display as you work towards it, it's going to really help you with dating. Number 4, focus on being more put together. Sometimes it's small things that we overlook when it comes to interacting with people. Maybe our shirts are wrinkly, or maybe we're wearing jorts, or maybe we didn't comb our hair. Maybe we forgot to put deodorant on. Think about, before you step out of the house, say, what are small things I can do to maybe feel more confident in my appearance? Maybe that means putting deodorant on, or slicking your hair to the side, or shaving, or deodorant, or any of these little things that you can do that you can feel more comfortable and confident in the presentation of what your crush sees. Like I said, it's not about, you don't have to be the most physically attractive person ever. Your crush just wants to see that you care about your appearance. Because if you care about your appearance, that means that you're paying attention to yourself. You're thinking about yourself. And a person who's thinking about themselves is someone that you want to be around. Number 5, guys, let your creative side really shine. Guys, you guys just shared a whole bunch of really awesome things. Look, Carlo just said collecting license plates, making maps, taking pictures of cool cars, and planning road trips. Like, you guys are all really cool. Like, I don't think you guys give yourself enough credit. You all have such unique talents and you bring such interesting things to the table. Look, Alexis said, I always feel comfortable when I talk about English lessons because I grew up speaking English and Spanish, so I give English lessons and I really love it. Like, that's really awesome. Like, I want you guys to see this. I really want you guys to see that. You know, when we're talking about dating success, a big part of it is believing in yourself and thinking about what you bring to the table, thinking about who you are, and just knowing that if your crush doesn't like you and they don't connect with you, that's okay. Some people will, some people won't. And all you can do is bring yourself to the table and take the time to learn who the honest self is behind your crush. Learn who they are deep down inside. I think ultimately, that's how you can achieve real dating success. By being honest, putting yourself out there, and trying to have your crush or the person you're talking to do the same. Now, before I jump to the end there, I believe it's time for our mindful moment, guys. I have my meditation bell here. And what I want us all to do is to close our eyes for 10 seconds and to think deeply about the things that we heard in this live stream. Think deeply about the stuff that we talked about and think deeply about the answers that people shared. Dating is not just about getting with a lot of people or hooking up. It's about finding someone that you can really connect with. It's having someone feel comfortable enough to be open with you, just like you can be open with them. So I want you guys to think about, close your eyes here and think about the fact that you are creative, you are interesting, and you are worthy of love. Let's take 10 seconds and really think about that for a second, guys. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. Like I said, I'd love to have you guys over there on our Discord. In fact, like I said, check the link out in the description, thejospeaks.com/Discord. Guys, I'm also going to link up videos over here, actually, videos over here that's going to break down dating secrets and different things you can learn, dating tips for beginners. Check those videos out. They're going to be really, really helpful. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for all the super chats and for being active in the chat. I think we have an awesome community here, and let's continue to learn and grow together. That note, guys, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace. See you guys next time. Bye.